Ryan Baker's in the lobby of the House of Hope as people are starting to come into the service now, and he joins us with Senator Dick Durbin. Hi, Ryan.
Joe, Jim, I'm here with the senior senator from Illinois, Dick Durbin. Thanks so much for joining us on this, we can say, joyous occasion, because it is a celebration of the life of Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson, his work, his legacy, but it's still a sad occasion because we've lost an icon, haven't we?
We have lost him, but when you think of the people that he inspired to public service and to help others, the legacy is still there and growing. It will continue to. And I think we're here to say thanks. Thanks to his family, his wife, and his children, of course, but thanks to all the people who stood by him. You know, in these moments, it's hard to remember that he was a controversial figure. There were some people who didn't like him at all.
You're talking about the Afro days of Reverend Jackson with the clenched fist.
I still remember that.
Absolutely, back in the 70s.
Big Fro, dashiki, gold medal, the 60s all together. But that's when I first met him.
Isn't it kind of amazing how Reverend Jackson transitioned from a position of protest to politics? And did it seamlessly. I mean, you never thought that, as I was a kid growing up 10 minutes south of here, when he had the dashiki from Operation Push, to be a two-time presidential candidate.
Yes, he was. And I remember those times well, and it ended not with just the end of his presidential ambition, but he became a force in politics. He was on my speed dial, I was on his. He never hesitated to call me regularly with advice. Sometimes I was happy to hear it, sometimes not.
Right.
But that's who he was. And, you know, someone said something the other day that I thought really, they'd spent some time with him. They said he never raised his voice. He was always calm. Of course, when he spoke, I am somebody, he did raise his voice. But when it came to negotiations with people, even those he was diametrically opposed to, they were respectful and constructive and powerful.
Senator Durbin, you're one of the many public officials, politicians, and dignitaries who've gathered here today to pay their respects to Reverend Jackson and his family. But as you look behind us, this is truly the people's celebration.
It is.
People are flocking in here. It really speaks to how Reverend Jackson not only touched the world and the nation, but particularly here in the city of Chicago, his adopted home.
He never stopped coming back to Chicago as the base. He went in so many different places around the world to release those who were imprisoned and the like, but it was always home to Chicago. And I always knew the Saturday morning Operation Push, you better be there.
Hey, the Saturday morning forum.
Yes,
Saturday morning forum.
Absolutely.
Like clockwork, you were there at 50th and Drexel at Rainbow Push headquarters.
Made a difference.
Yes. Thanks so much for being with us. Enjoy the service, and we appreciate your time, and congratulations on your outstanding career of service as you transition to the next chapter.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Senator Dick Durbin. Let's send it back to you in the studio, Joe.